Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, EQ and Nostalgia here, and welcome to my guide for the Chomper in Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2. The first thing I want to say is that I think it's a little bit harder to play a Chomper effectively now, just considering how much more frantic this game is. Things are a little bit more crazy than in the original Garden Warfare, so just by that, things have changed. I don't know if I'd say they're worse, but things have definitely changed for the Chomper. But one thing that remains true for the Chomper is that he has to stay stealthy if he's going to be effective. Going one-on-one isn't really his thing. I mean, sure, you can go out, you can get a chomp, you can get a kill real quick, and then you're going to die, and then rinse, repeat. And that's what I see most people doing, and this happens to me. You know, this just lets you know that you need to switch it up. If you get a kill, and then you die, and then you get a kill, and then you die, you're doing something wrong. You're supposed to be a little bit more stealthy than that, so that's something to bear in mind. Now, as much as the Chomper is a stealthy character, he's also a melee character, so they've given him a decent amount of health at 175 by default. His standard chomp attack does about 50, so he does decent damage. I like to play as the fire variant for him. There are several variants for him that are very cool, such as the hot rod chomper. When you eat a zombie, you get like a speed boost. It's kind of like the hyper ability for the pea shooter. You get to move really quickly. So there's a lot of different versions. But let's move along to the first ability I want to talk about for him, burrow. This is an ability where he can go under the ground and he can sneak up behind a zombie and kill them instantly if he comes up underneath them while pressing the attack button. This is something that the cooldown is actually fairly decent. It pops up pretty quickly, so you can just come in, swallow someone, get away, wait for it to come back up, maybe throw down some spike weeds. I'm going to talk about those in a second, and you know, just kind of hang back. This is a character that I don't really like to play too aggressively. I like to set up ambushes. I like to play defensively with the Chomper, and on top of it, you know, the stealth, 100% stealth. Obviously, you can't maintain stealth all of the time, but you can certainly try. He also has an ability called Sprint Burrow, which I never use. It just makes him go faster, but it burns up so much quicker. So you're out of the ground, you're exposed more. I don't recommend using it. I can certainly see the applications for it if you want to just get in the ground and quickly snipe someone off. I can see that being something that you might want to do, but as I stated, I don't really play too aggressively. Alright, so next up we have the spike weed. This is an ability where he can throw down these spike weeds on the ground, and if people trip them, they're kind of like landmines. They just hold them in place and do a little bit of damage. There is an alternate for that as well, and it's called the spiky spike weed. Very, very cool name. Not very original, but the spiky spike weed does more damage. However, you can't deploy as many of them at once. I believe only 2, whereas with the standard spike weed you can deploy 3 to 4 of those, I believe. The last ability is called goop, and this is pretty self-explanatory. You just spit this at the zombies and it slows them down. It renders them unable to use any of their abilities, so it makes it easier for you to get around them, maneuver around, and chomp them and kill them in one hit. There's also an alternate for that ability called the super sticky goop, and this stuff makes it so that they can't move at all. They're just stuck there. Now, both of these abilities do light damage. The latter ability does less damage. It's about halved. But I very rarely get a kill from using goop. That should not be the primary reason why you use it. Though if you are dying, feel free to just spit at somebody randomly and maybe you'll get lucky. That's happened to me a few times. He also has one more alternate ability for the goop called the chomp cannon, and this is brand new. I haven't seen it yet. I've opened over 2 million worth of coins and I haven't got it yet, so the people that have got it, you're lucky. I'm still working on it, man, but what it does is it doesn't goop anybody, but it allows him to use a more damaging kind of projectile that he can use to get, say, zombies that might be on the rooftop, like foot soldiers. So it gives him a little bit of a damage ability. So that's about it for this guide, guys. If you liked it, please leave a like, and remember, stay stealthy out there with the Chomper. This is Metal Gear Chomper. That's what I like to call it. Just, you know, you're Snake. You're out there, you're in the weeds, you're trying to not stir any attention, and then BAM! Kill someone like Rambo, First Blood. Remember that scene in the woods? Alright, now I'm going way too far back. I'm showing my age. I'm going to wrap this up. I thank you all for watching, and then look forward to seeing you all in my next video.